So I sent 3 emails and I was saying I want a new provider who isn't going to confuse me with interest in a personal relationship and then falsify my medical records and try to push and force me into believing a knowingly false diagnosis for the sake of covering Elizabeth Wilson's butt and Dr. Luden's butt and Dr. Kavari's butt. That I told you earlier in the first couple of videos here where they falsified the record saying they made referrals that they didn't make and made diagnoses based on false evidence that they made up and stuff that they deliberately left out. So here it is, 7 months, actually 8 months. Well, what they did was they had been trying to set me up to fire me the whole 7 months. And the only reason why I got the care that I got from Beth, which was basically just the narcotics, was because apparently Beth was trying to sleep with me. I didn't get that. I really thought she was really going to fight and get proper care for me. And that apparently wasn't the case. So Beth sees this email where I make reference to her coming in and saying, "Oh, you're so fascinating, let's be friends." And I called her out for falsifying the record, saying that I started smoking again just because I saw a bug. It was a bed bug. She identified bites on me. And I told her I'm going to have to throw out all of my furniture. And here I was in such bad shape that I could barely stand or walk, sit or lay down. That's a pretty terrifying experience when you don't have anybody living with you to help you with that. If it weren't for all the pain I was in, seeing that bed would be like, oh yeah, whatever. So I put diatomaceous all over everything. But I was so crippled, I couldn't take the furniture apart piece by piece. Take it outside, down the steps. I live on the 2nd floor. I couldn't do all of that. So it meant, it was going to get worse. And eventually the landlord did come over here and bomb everything, so we got rid of them. Nanette even was like freaking out over it and took me to Orchland's and bought diatomaceous earth to put down around the bed and all of the baseboards and everything. She says, we got to get on this. It's going to get really bad really fast if you don't. So I wasn't the only one freaking out. So for Beth to put that in there, and on the same day when she's sitting there telling me how fascinating I am, and let's be friends someday. Why would she do that? I thought maybe she did that to cover her ass. And I was like, I said, what is she covering her ass for? So what Beth does, what Nanette, I recorded Nanette Ward telling me, I'm confused. I get a letter from the medical director, Dr. Quint, and Gloria Kroll saying, you've terminated your care. And I'm like, I did. I didn't terminate my care. I had no way of paying for care anywhere else. I didn't have to pay my co-pays when I went down there. They had all my medical history. They knew I used my medication safely and wrote for all those narcotics. I said, on what basis are you terminating me? Oh, you terminated your care. Well, we have a policy that when you express, and I have the letter from Gloria Kroll. Well, we have a policy when you express distrust in your care provider that we can't see you anymore. Bullshit. I expressed distrust in Megan Cates. I expressed distrust in Chris Hardigan. And Dr. Wilson. They had this ongoing scam of they keep billing, trying to railroad you into a Medicaid claim and Social Security benefits. They had Nanette Ward, well, whenever they wouldn't take care of me properly, Nanette would go, well, go get Medicaid, go get Social Security. And I'm starting to see a pattern there. But I didn't know she was affiliated with them like that they had a scam going on, where they don't give people their proper medical care, and then the advocates say, oh, we can get you a free check and we can get you free insurance. And so it's tag teaming. And it pissed me off because I wasn't interested in this scam. They weren't getting over on me. So they thought they were going to bully me out of town to keep quiet about apparently Nanette or Beth Sweeney trying to hook up, which I recorded conversation with Nanette Ward down at Hardee's. I was crying. I thought I hurt Beth. I thought we were really friends. And I told Beth, I said, we were flirting and playing in there. We were visiting with each other. I thought it was going to be like a friendship, and then, I really didn't know. I thought we were just going to flirt and play, and nothing was ever going to happen, because that's usually how it goes with a lot of friendships that I have. We flirt and we play, but nothing never gets consummated. That's not that I mean, it never. I usually get into an investigation and it's over. And she had that big rock on her finger. It was just playing to me. And Nanette was looking at me like, oh, she smelled blood in the water. Well, after that conversation, my friend Darla, I deleted my Facebook post because my father was posting death threats on a blog where I was basically using as a diary to publish information about what was going on with these health systems and the fraud that was going on, so it would show a pattern later, and that publishing that on that blog left a copyright date so that nobody could say, well, you made that up later. No, I published it a long time ago. I already knew what was going to happen before it happened. And I didn't hear from Nanette for a long time, but my friend Darla, who worked for Homeland Security, called me and she says, you want to come over for the weekend? I'm like, yeah, please. And I was like in tears. I was like crying, because I really thought I hurt Beth somehow. And Darla interviewed me, for 4 days. And we started talking about the medication. I said, Darla, I wouldn't fire Beth for nothing. I mean, if I'm, everybody's trying to project me as this drug-seeking person with nothing wrong with them. Who fires a doctor that you got a crush on, who's giving you carte blanche on medications because she knows you're not a junkie, she knows there's something really wrong with you, she knows you're using your medication very conservatively? Who does that? No junkie does that. I said, they're not getting me my care. I just exploded blood and clots for a week in my toilet. That's not a benign tumor. It may not be malignant, but it's not benign. It's not harmless. It's cost me my job. There's the swelling that Beth noted that had me crippled. Everybody saw how bad it was. They kept begging me to go to the ER. Darla said, what'd she have you on? And I had my medication with me. And she noticed I told her oxycodone was one of them. She says, yeah, you got to go sign for that. And I told her she gave me 30 pills. And those 30 pills had to last a month. And she said, you got to go sign for that. I said, I had to sign for my first one. And Darla looked at me like, the first one? I said, the refill she dropped off at Kilgore's. I guess Beth was trying to deny that she made any advances or passes or suggestions to hooking up. So, and that's on Beth for lying. You don't lie to people that are, you just don't do that. She said, yeah, she should have said, yeah, I tried to hook up, and so what? What we didn't know was that Darla thinks that all gay people are satanic, and instead of Darla going after the Medicaid director and his staff at that clinic for falsifying medical records, denying people proper care, and going after Elizabeth Wilson, Darla just went after the two of us for being gay, and no other reason. I wasn't abusing my medication, and Beth wasn't abusing her power over me. That I'm aware of. She certainly wasn't like stringing me along with drugs for sex. That was just not how it was. I'm going to pick this up later.